Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm playing with Solar Burst Stencil by Simon Says Stamp. Such a neat stencil, and this is the card that I'm going to show you how to make. Also so much fun to make. So let's get started. We're going to start by sponging the entire card with fossilized amber. And this is going to be our background, as you can see. So this is going to be that yellow that peeks through. So you don't have to worry about being too precise with the coverage. You're not going to see that much of it, and we're going to put orange on top anyways, but it really makes it look so much nicer when there is that yellow that peeks through instead of just having plain white. So that's why we are doing that. And you know, another thing is that it's so much fun sponging with the Distress Oxides that any time I get a chance to sponge with them, I do. Alright, so let's attach the stencil, and it's up to you which way you want to go. If you want to put it right in the middle, or maybe just do a part way. I'm just gonna go all the way this way, and I'll attach the stencil to the cardstock so it will not move on me. And I'm going to attach, actually, you know what, I think I put it just a tiny bit too high. Let me just lower it just a tiny bit, because I want to make sure that we see the entire top leaf. There you go. Okay, that makes me much happier. And now we can attach the stencil to the craft mat. Now it's time to start sponging with orange, and the orange is Spice Marmalade. Of course, it's Distress Oxide because they're so much fun and easy to use. And you don't have to worry about sponging the entire card, because what we are sponging right now is the base, and you're just gonna see the outside part of the stencil. So no worries about it. You kind of want to go towards the outside, so the little leaves do not bend. And the technique I'm going to show you in a minute is embossing with stencils. And if you have not done dry embossing with stencils, it really is a fun technique. And that's also gives you another thing to do with your stencil. And if you get a chance to do an additional thing with any of your products, it's always fun. I found a little bit of movement in my stencil, which is never good, but hopefully it didn't damage the outcome. Alright, just a little bit on the outside, and I'm going to be ready for the embossing. Okay, so make sure that you line it up, and we're going to emboss, but let me show you how to do it first. We're gonna grab your die cutting machine. And I have very little space here, so bear with me, but I want to really show you how to do it. You know how you have it comes with this mat, and you have a 2 and then you have a 1. Make sure that you go ahead and flip it to 1 and just slide it in there. I'm doing it actually like upside down for me, so and then we're going to take the cutting mat, one of the cutting mats, and the rubber embossing mat, which is absolutely fabulous. And now I'm going to take my folder right here, my cardstock with my stencil. There you go, right there on the mat, on the rubber mat. And then I'm going to put the other cutting mat right on top. And I think for some people it works. This works just fine like that. I need a little piece of paper to put it with through it. I'm not sure if that's, you know, my plates are worn out on, or what the difference is. And then we're just going to run it through it, and I'm going to show you the outcome, and it's really cool. Now let me run back and forth. Let me show you how it comes out. I love when you get to use your stuff in more than one way. Okay, let me show you how it looks. And as you can see, my apparently the cutting mat must have had some stuff on it, because it just attached itself to it. So I think I need to clean my cutting mat. I didn't realize that there was stuff on it, but disregard that part, and let me show you what happens here. I'm gonna take these off. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're not going to see most of the stuff anyways. We're not going to see this part at all, but unfortunately all those little pieces, whatever they are, they're going to be visible. I'm not quite sure what that is. But do you see the embossing part? Look how pretty that is. You know, you can probably just take it and put a greeting and call it a day, just like that. But we're not going to stop there. What we're going to do is we're going to start layering. And we're going to do another embossing and sponging of part of the stencil, of the partial stencil. First we're going to sponge this area and then the circle, and then we're going to start cutting things out. So let's do that. And then we're going to grab the scrap paper that I have right here, and we're going to do more embossing. Dry embossing, because every piece, oh my goodness, this embossing really did a number on this tape, huh? There you go. Now got rid of it. Okay, so I want to do the circle here, and then we're going to do the outside. So for both applications I'm going to need a yellow background. So why don't I just start by creating yellow background. And you may think that, you know, why am I going to create two separate pieces, instead of just taking that piece and cutting the circle out of it? Well, I did try that, but if you do that, if this is just one piece and then you cut the circle out of it and then you have the remaining part right here, you can totally see through here, and it just doesn't look very nice. So yes, you can of course do it, but I think it's just a better choice to go ahead and do it separately, twice. I know it's twice as much job, twice as much work, but all right. And here I'm just concentrating on the outside, actually, because the outside area is the one that we're gonna be sponging. And again, this is just the area, so that the one that just peeks through the stencil, so we don't have to be that terribly careful when we're doing it. All right, let me see if this is big enough. Yeah, that's fine. And right here I'm going to use the marmalade. No, actually, let me just add a tiny more this side here. Now I feel better about it. There, and now spice marmalade goes on. And you know, actually, I'm gonna want to run it through the embossing folder. So what you're gonna want to do is, again, you want to tape it to the paper, but because I'm having such a problem using my dry embossing for stencils here because I just have no space. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna show you how it looks, but I'm not gonna do it right here in front of the camera because it's just too crazy. But yeah, you can attach the stencil to the paper. It makes things much easier, but apparently I don't want things much easier because I didn't do it. Okay, so this is gonna be the part, and you would leave the stencil on and you would run it through your Big Shot and emboss it. And there you go. You have this. Now what I did with it, I also clear embossed it. So what I did was I put embossing powder all over and then I started cutting it out. And the best way, the easiest way for me to start cutting it out, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but just I want to show you at least a part of it. It's like, I know everybody knows how to cut it out, but if you make a lot of cards, it may be just a little bit of time consuming. So what I do is I just go one way and I just go all the way to the middle, and I go to the next one all the way to the middle, next one, and I just keep on going like that. And then I'm turning back and I'm gonna go the other way. You see? So you can sit, watch TV, you can do it. It's not such a pain in the butt. You just go back and forth like that. So that's how I was cutting my stuff out. You see that? And then I put clear powder on and I embossed it. And this is what I got. So we're doing good. We already have the 2 layers. We have the back layer, which is dirty. Oh, it's driving me crazy. And then we have this layer, the second layer, which we're going to pop out. And now we're ready for the top layer. Now for this one, I already sponged it with yellow, the fossilized amber. And now I'm just going to add the fire brick on top. There you go. Fire brick goes on after I apply the the stencil. Okay. There you go, fire brick on. And again, before we're going to lift the stencil from the fire brick, you would run it through your Big Shot and emboss it the way we did emboss the bottom layer, the very base. But there's also, and after you're done embossing, there's something else that you want to do, or that I did before I removed the stencil, and that was I used the glitter pen, the Wink of Stella, and I just went right there in the middle and I just colored everything with the Wink of Stella. Now you don't have to. I did it just because I wanted to get a little bit of a shimmer out of it, and that's what you're gonna do. Just all those little crannies. You may want to, I'm doing it right and when the ink is really still very wet. If you're going to emboss it, that's going to give it just enough time to dry it. So you would emboss that. There you go. Look at this beautiful shimmer. And then I found a circle that fit right perfect in that, and I cut it out. And so you would do the same. I mean, it just fits one of the basic circle shapes. So right here is that shape. It's already dry. I already cut it out. It has the Wink of Stella on it. And now I am really ready to start putting everything together. It really upsets me. This whole, I'm not sure what's up with this dirt. Oh well. So everything is layered, and you can see that I'm putting double foam tape on everything just to get a nice pop. And then what we're gonna do is we will just go and cut off whatever is left over at the bottom. And for the greeting, I used the greeting Thinking of You. It's actually from Hero Arts, my monthly hero, June, for June. It is a fun set. I've been playing with it a lot. There you go, there's the Thinking of You. And I used the die cut is actually also from my monthly hero, but from March. So actually no, the my monthly hero is not June, it's May. Goodness, I keep forgetting that this is May. It's still May. Alright, so there you go. We're just gonna apply it. And you know, I was actually thinking about maybe offsetting it, but then I decided no, I think I really like it this way. So we're gonna apply that, and then a couple of more foam pieces, and we're gonna apply that to the top, and we're almost there. Almost there. There you go. Okay, now let's trim it really quick. Trim. There you go. There you go. And now it's time for greeting. And here I stamped on vellum. And like I already told you everything that I used. Here I stamped on white cardstock. So I'm gonna, and then I sponged the sides in the same colors, which was the fossilized amber and a little bit of fabric. And I think the spice marmalade is somewhere there too. So there you go. I'm gonna attach it, and I have the card. Now this is the basic card. What I did is I took my glossy accents and I added a couple of touches to it. I usually keep a pin in here because it just tends to clog on me. It's much easier that way. So you're just gonna go and add a few of those little accents. They're so cute, so pretty. Or maybe you have like yellow ones. Yellow ones would be nice too. There you go. And then I'm gonna put my pin in the back inside after I clean it. Oh my goodness, there you go. And that's that. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you grab the stencil and create many more cards with it. And look out, because I will be posting more videos with this stencil in the coming weeks. Thanks for joining me. Ta-ta!